very first time ever, the Simsbury Light Opera Company, and we are just so happy to have them here and to perform for our members and our guests and families and friends. I'm just so happy just to look around the room and see how many of you have come out for this premiere event. And just so that you know, they will be coming back in March, and there's a flyer at the check-in table so you can read about what the March program will be. I'd like to know that we have Mr. Ralph Sherman, who is the president of Simsbury Light Opera Company, which happens to be one of the oldest, correct, Ralph, in the United States, that is pays tribute to Gilbert and Sullivan, the way I understand it, but Connecticut's oldest. And my goodness, here they are at our facility today, ready to entertain you. I bet you sing along, I bet you laugh, I bet you just have a great time. So, Mr. Sherman, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and welcome to the cast so that we have a good afternoon together. Thank you so much, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to see is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent. I'm sure that you recognize that as the opening words Jack Webb used for Dragnet, the cop show on TV, and before that on radio. We're not doing a cop show, but there's a great deal of truth in what you're about to see here, and I want to make sure that everybody in the audience knows that, because you'll enjoy the show much more. You're about to see a courtroom drama, courtroom comedy. There's a lawsuit for breach of marriage promise, which means that the defendant, Edwin, is accused of having promised to marry the plaintiff, Angelina, and then backing out of his promise. Now he refuses to marry her, and she has sued him in court. And ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know, this was something that people really did sue for, not only in England, but here in Connecticut, in the United States. And it's only the 1960s that it went out in this state. It was abolished by the legislature, by an act of the legislature in the 1960s, so that you could not sue for this anymore. But before that, there were lots of lawsuits. There are 2 real law books up there on the judge's bench that have to do with breach of marriage promise. One of them has forms that attorneys would use to file the lawsuit in the state court. So this is a real thing that you're about to see. You'll see he's called an usher in this old British court, but he's just like what we call a marshal in today's court. Come out and tell everyone to be quiet, tell the jurors that they must be fair and impartial, but don't listen to the defendant because he's a jerk. And the defendant will come out and explain how he fell in love with one, and then he fell in love with another, and so what? It's no big deal. Don't hold it against him. Then the judge will introduce himself and tell you how he got to be a judge, and it's a story that's remarkably similar to Edwin's story. Then the plaintiff, Angelina, will come out, serenaded by the bridesmaids, and by the way, this is our jury, of course it's men, and that's the public, and the bridesmaids over there are women. And Angelina will come out and reveal that really she's not a terribly unhappy maid, but she's in it for the money. Everybody in this show is a scoundrel, that's the fact of the matter. The proceedings will get a little crazy after a while, and when Edwin realizes that the case is not going well for him, he's going to try to get people to believe that she's better off without him because he's such a bum. And that's his way of trying to reduce the money damages he might have to pay. All this sort of thing really happened in these court cases. Gilbert thought that this would be a great subject for a little comedy, and he was absolutely right, and it survives to this day, including the surprise ending. Now, some of you, I'll bet, have seen this show or maybe even sung in this show before, and if you're familiar with the chorus, please join along with the chorus parts. You're totally welcome to do so. We have a very small cast of talented people up here, but the numbers are relatively few, and you'll see that our soloists will be drawn, that is for the principal roles, such as the plaintiff and the defendant, will be drawn from the chorus, and once they establish themselves as the soloists, we're down a couple of people in the chorus. So by all means, if you know the chorus, feel free to sing along. Thank you very much.
all of justice wraps around me, breathing hope and fear. For today in this arena, summoned by a stern subpoena, and pursued by Angelina, show me will appear. For today in this arena, summoned by a stern subpoena, and pursued by Angelina, show me will appear. And pursued by Angelina, show me will appear. Mark the hour of 10 is sounding, hearts with anxious fears abounding, all of justice round surrounding, breathing hope and fear. For today in this arena, summoned by a stern subpoena, and pursued by Angelina, shortly will appear. Mark the hour of 10 is sounding, hearts with anxious fears abounding, all of justice round surrounding, breathing hope and
Now, jurymen, hear my advice. All kinds of vulgar prejudice, I pray you set aside. I pray you set aside. With stern judicial frame of mind, from bias free of every kind, this trial must be tried.
From bias free
Silence
of
in
every
court.
kind, this trial must be tried.
Oh, listen to the plaintiff's case, observe the features of her face, the broken-hearted bride. Condole with her distress of mind. From bias free of every kind, this trial must be tried.
From bias free
Silence
of
in
every
court.
kind, this trial must be tried.
And when amid the plaintiff shrieks, the ruffianly defendant speaks upon the other side. What he may say, you needn't mind. From bias free of every kind, this trial must be tried.
From bias free
Silence
of
in
every
court.
kind, this trial
Silence
must
in
be
court.
Is this the court of family cases?
It is.
I see no friendly faces. Your evil stars in the ascendant.
Who are you?
I'm the defendant.
What's the dread of damages? Where's the glory? Dread of glory.
Hear me if you please. These are very strange proceedings. For permit me to remark on the merits of my pleadings. You're at present in the dark.
That's a very true remark on the merits of his pleadings. We're at present in the dark. Ha! Ha! Ho! Ho! Ha! Ha! Ho! Ho!
When first my old love I knew, my bosom well with joy. My riches at her feet I threw. I was a lovesick boy. No terms seemed too extravagant upon her to employ. I used to moan and sigh and pant, just like a lovesick boy. Tick-a-tank, tick-a-tank, tick-a-tank,
Tick-a-tank,
tick-a-tank, tick-a-tank, tick-a-tank.
tick-a-tank.
I used to hope and sigh and pant, just like a lovesick boy. incessant pulse the sense, and love unchained will cloy. And she became a more intense unto her lovesick boy. With fitful glimmer burnt my flame, and I grew cold and coy. At last one morning I became another's lovesick boy. Tick-a-tank, tick-a-tank, tick-a-tank,
Tick-a-tank,
tick-a-tank, tick-a-tank, tick-a-tank,
tick-a-tank,